Okay, hello everyone and welcome to video number 3. So our lesson today is from Unit 7 grammar. So today we will learn together how to use the simple past form of the verb to be. Okay, let's get started. Alright, so let's first start with this text we have in Unit 7. So I would like you to look at the picture and tell me what is this text about. Okay, so you can always, when I ask a question, you can always pause the video when you get your answer, and then you can resume to look for the correction. Yes, so as you can see, this text is about Charlie Chaplin. So what kind of text is this? Yes, it is a biography. Great. What kind of information does a biography provide? Good. So information about date of birth, place of birth, family, education, career, what makes that person famous, etc., etc. Great. So let's now look at the verbs that are used in this biography. Great. So yes, you guessed it right. So this text is all about the past life of Charlie Chaplin. So Charlie Chaplin is dead now. So this is about his life in the past. This goes back to 1889 and more. All right? Okay. So notice that the verb that is used here is different from the form that we have seen. Okay? Good. So you can always go back to your textbooks, read the text again, and do these more questions here. Okay? So let's continue. Great. So let's consider these two situations. So far we have seen simple present, present continuous, and future. Now this form here is about present. Okay? Let's compare it with this one. Okay, good. So let's read it. Okay. Alright, so notice that this is the verb to be in simple present that we have seen so many times. Great. Now let's consider the second situation.
Last month I was at school with my friends. It was not like now. We were very happy in class. We were not apart from our teachers like now. It was great.
Great. Okay, so notice there the difference. I am, I was. Okay, we are not, we were not. We are, we were. It is, it was. It is not, it was not. Okay, great. So conclusion. So the verb to be in simple past or in past simple, like in simple present, has two forms. The singular form, I was, he was, she was, it was. Plural, you were, we were, they were. And be careful about the pronunciation. Okay? So, were, we were, you were, they were. So this is the first conclusion. We have two forms for the verb to be in simple past. Good? Great. What about the sentence form now? The affirmative, the negative, and the interrogative, and the interrogative form. Okay? So, take a moment, read these examples, and what are your conclusions? Good. Now, conclusion number 2. So, for the verb to be in affirmative, as you can see, we have two forms. For the singular and for the plural. And the verb follows the subject. So the verb is used after the subject. For the negative conclusion, we just add not after the verb. I was not fine. He was not fine. She was not fine. It was not fine. For plural, we were not fine. You were not fine. They were not fine. Or if we would like to use the contracted form, okay, contraction form. I wasn't or we weren't. What about the interrogative? Was I fine? Was he fine? Was it fine? Was she fine? Were you fine? Were they fine? So what do you notice? Yes, the inversion, like in simple present. Okay? Good. Now let's move on to practice. Before you move on to practice, again, you can review the video as many times as you want until you understand, you grasp the lesson, and then you start the homework. So the first practice, I would like you to go back to your textbooks, page 82, read the examples we have here. The first exercise is fill in the blanks with the verb to be in the past. Okay? This is first exercise. The second exercise is complete the following dialogue. You have a question and answer. You have 3 questions here. Okay? Exercise number 3 is like a paragraph. So let's see if you can use the verb to be in writing. So write a short paragraph about your last year school. Okay? Your last school year. Complete the following paragraph. You can start something like this. My last school year was, describe it. Was it great? Was it excellent? Was it amazing? Or the opposite? I had many friends and classmates. We were, describe your relationship with your friend. My English teacher was, what was he like? Some characteristics of your teacher. He was also, besides, he was, or she was, but he was not. Some things you didn't like about your English teacher. Then what about your classmates? So my classmates were, we were, what kind of connection or relationship did you have? And it was really, which means that last school year. And then finish with a conclusion. On the whole, my last school year was in general. Okay, good. So you have 3 exercises. Okay, so remember to do your homework, send it to me on Teams platform or on our WhatsApp group. And as always, stay home and stay safe. Thank you for attention.